Kobe Bryant's fame grew so large that he was known on a single-name basis all around the world. During his career, he racked up 5 NBA championships, became an 18-time All-Star, and has been enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame. But his time at the LA Lakers was interrupted by a wave of public controversy that threatened to end his career. This is the story of Kobe Bryant and how he remade himself from his lowest point into a sporting legend. Unlike almost any of his future NBA colleagues, Kobe Bryant didn't grow up in the United States. His father, Joe Bryant, was also an NBA player. When he retired, he moved to Italy, taking the family with him. Kobe was just 6 years old and picked up the language and the culture, and even more importantly, this is where he learned to play basketball alongside football, which was very much the national sport. But the year Kobe became a teenager, the Bryant family moved back to Philadelphia. He left the language and football behind and was now ready to follow in his father's footsteps into the basketball world. Kobe qualified for his high school's team as a freshman, averaging over 30 points a game, and was instrumental in winning the Pennsylvania championship for the school in 1996, the first time in over 50 years. Colleges all over the country took notice, including Duke, Michigan, and North Carolina. But instead of taking the traditional, safer route, Kobe leapfrogged straight to the NBA, joining the 1996 draft. The most interested team was the Los Angeles Lakers. Owner Jerry West had seen Bryant in action at a pre-draft workout and told his management that he was better than anybody on the team right now. Determined to sign Bryant at any cost, the Lakers struck a deal with the Charlotte Hornets to have access to their number 13 pick in exchange for their center Vlade Divac, a veteran of the game. But the Lakers kept their target under wraps too. The team only informed the Hornets management to pick Bryant minutes before the decision needed to be made. He was just 17 years old at the time and needed his parents to sign his first contract for him, which was a 3-year deal that would earn him $3.5 million. He was now officially an LA Laker and followed his father into the NBA. The only question was how successful he would be and how quickly. Kobe had earned his reputation as a future prospect. Starting the season on the bench, he was slowly introduced into the team's playing squad, but with every minute on the court, he proved that he could handle the high pressure of the NBA. By the end of the season, it was clear that he was one of the most talented rookies, and he capped it off by winning the 1997 Slam Dunk Contest. In the postseason, the Lakers met the Utah Jazz in the playoffs, where Kobe was increasingly becoming not only indispensable to the team, but the head of it. Despite losing to the Jazz, the Lakers knew where their future lay. They committed him to a 6-year deal that would take him to 2003, totaling $70 million, equivalent to $161 million today, and he was worth it. Bryant was a true all-rounder with very few weaknesses in his game, meaning he can play as a shooting guard or small forward. After hitting the NBA, he quickly drew comparisons with Michael Jordan. In fact, Michael Jordan said that he was certain Kobe had shaped a playing style after him, and Kobe was about to get a helping hand in that direction. 3 years after joining the LA Lakers, Phil Jackson arrived to take the top job. Jackson had coached the Chicago Bulls to 6 championships with Michael Jordan playing under him. He would be linking up with the rock-solid center Shaquille O'Neal, but O'Neal initially nicknamed him Showboat, and the two battled for leadership of the team. Their collaboration, once it steadied, saw the Lakers blossom from a 12-year slump into the most dominant force in the league, winning 3 back-to-back championships between 2000 and 2002. But the following season was marked by disappointment. Kobe averaged over 30 points a game during the regular season, but in the playoffs, the Lakers were knocked out by the San Antonio Spurs. Things began to spiral out of control in Kobe's personal life, too. In 2003, he was arrested and charged with sexual assault by a front desk employee at a hotel. In a press conference, Kobe claimed his innocence and later pled not guilty, but his world was collapsing.
I'm innocent.
After dragging on for more than a year, a civil suit was privately settled out of court. Kobe issued a statement where he apologized to the woman for what he said he perceived as a consensual encounter, but recognized that the woman feels she did not consent. As a result, he lost lucrative sponsorships and withdrew from public appearances. At this time, Kobe's professional career wasn't doing much better. He was forced to miss a handful of games to attend court. In the 2004 finals, the Lakers were beaten by the Detroit Pistons in a 5-game series. And after Phil Jackson left the team, he published a book chronicling the problems at the Lakers. He was highly critical of Kobe's role on the team. Kobe's mentality started to be viewed as selfish and possessive rather than team building. Teammates reported that he was demanding and difficult to work with. Kobe became more isolated than ever before, both personally and professionally. Then, in 2005, Kobe was reborn. He adopted the alter ego of Black Mamba, inspired by the code name of the lead character in the film's Kill Bill. Kobe was inspired by the snake, the bite, the strike, and the temperament of the animal, and used Black Mamba to help him separate his professional life from his personal life. And it worked. He began to return to form, posting a record-breaking 91 points in one game during the 2005 season. He also changed his jersey number back to 24, the number he had used during his high school playing career. Phil Jackson was back on the team as head coach and noticed a difference in Kobe. He was finally settling into a strong leadership position that helped to nurture younger players rather than lambasting them. With Kobe performing again, supporting his team, and under the guidance of the legendary Phil Jackson, the Lakers won another championship in 2009. And after more than 13 years since his NBA career began and 4 NBA Finals, Kobe finally earned an NBA Finals MVP. The Lakers followed that up with a back-to-back championship in 2010, which would be the last of Kobe's career. 5 years later, as his performance declined, he announced his retirement from the sport in a poem entitled Dear Basketball, which was later turned into a film. In classic Kobe style, he scored 60 points in his final game over the Utah Jazz, breaking one final record as the oldest player to score over 60 points in a game. As well as his all-around skill set, Kobe proved to be the most reliable player of his generation in clutch moments. Even in his first season, during the playoff game where they were knocked out by the Utah Jazz, Kobe showed that he wasn't afraid to take high-pressure shots. This lasted throughout his career, with almost all top team managers voting Kobe as their preferred clutch player. His drive to win was virtually unmatched, which has been called the Mamba mentality, a reference to his nickname Black Mamba. Kobe emerged in the 1990s as a new Michael Jordan, winning 3 back-to-back titles and then rebounding from a career slump to win 2 more in 2009 and 2010 against a new wave of players. From his playing career, Kobe earned an astonishing $680 million and was a prized part of the marketing campaigns of Adidas, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and many others. He also made many investments of his own, including establishing the Bryant Sports Academy and the Mamba Sports Academy. In 2020, Kobe was traveling by helicopter from Orange County to watch a basketball game in Thousand Oaks, LA with his 13-year-old daughter Gianna. This was not uncommon for Kobe, who had been using helicopters for years to avoid the infamous LA traffic. He said in an interview that sitting in a car for 2 hours was detrimental to his aging body. But on January 26, 2020, this luxury turned into tragedy when the helicopter, flying blind due to extreme fog and wind, crashed into a mountain. All 9 people aboard were killed instantly, including Kobe and his daughter, in a fiery wreckage. The LA Lakers delayed their next match and held a special ceremony in his honor. Not long after, Kobe was inducted into the Hall of Fame and is now widely considered one of the best players of all time. Despite having his life cut short, he had a lasting impact on basketball. The Black Mamba mentality is seen as a shining example of a sportsman's drive for success, and younger players still draw on it for inspiration to this day.